guys, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to MBBS Treasure Channel. Today we are going to discuss about the alkalosis mechanisms that occurs during the violations of acid and base. Okay, in my previous video I have already explained that what is acidosis and what are the different kinds of violations that we used to see that during the absolute or relative accumulation of certain substance like acid leads to acidosis and alkali leads to alkalosis. And in consideration with the violations, our body tries to manage the condition, and that condition we can say it as compensated. And if our body cannot manage the situation and we require some external management system, then we say it as decompensated stage. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the alkalosis mechanisms. So what are these alkalosis mechanisms, or what are the different types of alkalosis that occurs during the violations of acid and base? First of all, this alkalosis is similarly divided according to two types like gaseous and non-gaseous. In gaseous alkalosis, we are going to see the alkalosis reason, its pathogenesis, and in which disease this gaseous alkalosis is occurring. And similarly, the non-gaseous alkalosis have also been divided into metabolic, excretory, and exogenous alkalosis. Okay, let's now talk about the gaseous alkalosis. First of all, this alkalosis means there will be increasing increasing the accumulation of alkaline substance in our body. Okay, in that condition there will be rising of the violation of acid and base that will be leading towards the alkalosis condition. And if the alkalosis is associated with the respiration, then we are going to say it as gaseous or respiratory alkalosis. What happens in this gaseous alkalosis? Alkalosis means there will be decreasing in the content of carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide is the main element that provides the acidic nature. If the acidic content will decrease, then the alkaline content will increase in our body. That leads to the alkalosis condition. So when there will be decreasing in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the blood, and the carbon dioxide pressure will decrease to that extent in which the blood will become alkaline. Okay, in that condition the gaseous alkalosis will take place, because enough amount of carbon dioxide, it means that more than required amount of carbon dioxide is exhaled from our lungs. Okay, because during inhalation and exhalation, we have a particular ratio of oxygen and carbon dioxide. What amount of oxygen that we require to take and what amount of carbon dioxide that we require to exhale. But in this gaseous alkalosis, what happens? Due to the body gets hyperventilated, the body is placed in such a situation that it hyperventilates. It means there will be excessive increase in exhalation of carbon dioxide. In that condition, the partial pressure of oxygen rises, the association of hemoglobin with the oxygen increases, and the carbon dioxide pressure decreases. In that condition, we are going to see the gaseous alkalosis. So it arises due to excessive stimulation of a respiratory center. Okay, when there will be excessive stimulation of respiratory center and the reflex excitation of respiratory center at the peripheral chemoreceptor irritation. When the peripheral chemoreceptors are getting irritated, and in that situation there will be arising of a reflex excitation along with the respiratory center stimulations. And when does this situation occurs? This situation occurs when a person goes to the mountain, or there will be mountain or altitude sickness disease. Okay, in that condition, what happens when a person travels to high altitude of the mountains? Then the person tries to inspire more, and due to high inspiration, due to excessive stimulation of respiratory system, it also exhales more. There will be the carbon dioxide will be exhaled in more quantity due to hyperventilation, excessive hyperventilation condition. The partial pressure of carbon dioxide will decrease from the normal value, and it also same in case of fever. Okay, so this is the primary condition due to which the gaseous alkalosis arises. Also, a condition can associate with the gaseous alkalosis. What is that condition? It can be wrong conduction of lungs artificial ventilation. In my previous video, I have explained that to manage the gaseous acidosis, we need to give lungs artificial ventilation. We need to give lung bronchodilators so that we can manage the respiration rate, we can manage the amount of diffusion, and we can stabilize the acid and base ratio. In order to maintain that acid and basic ratio, we had given the lung artificial ventilation in the acidosis management. But when the lung artificial ventilation process will be conducted wrongly, okay, in that condition, what happens? The artificial ventilation will proceed towards this hyperventilated condition, and this hyperventilated condition will lead to decreasing in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Same, it will lead to more exhalation of carbon dioxide, and due to more exhalation of carbon dioxide, we have the clinical symptoms, that is convulsions. Okay, so this is the gaseous alkalosis. So next process that comes is the compensation. As the situation of gaseous alkalosis takes place, our body tries to compensate through two mechanisms. What do you mean by compensation? As there will be decreasing in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide or decreasing in the acidic content, so we need to increase the acidic content by increasing the carbonic acid. So the two physiological function or chemical buffer system acts for compensating these situations. What are these? This is kidney and protein buffer. So what is the function of kidney? Kidney decreases the process of acidogenesis that leads to decreasing in the reabsorption of bicarbonate ions, and it helps in retention of hydrogen ions in the body. As the acidogenesis process will decrease in the kidney, so it will help to retain the H plus ion or acidic content inside the body. This is the way through which our body is going to manage the acidic content. Next, through the protein buffer, what happens at the state of alkalosis, when there will be condition arising as excessive alkalosis, what happens? The hemoglobin bound hydrogen present inside the erythrocytes will get dissociated, and when the dissociation will occur, there will be releasing of free H plus ion. This free H plus ion will bind with the bicarbonate ion to produce more acidic content. Okay, so through this mechanism, the body tries to compensate the acidic, or body tries to compensate the alkalosis condition. Next, how we are going to correct through decompensated method? The correction will be through inhalation of carbogens. What are these carbogens? Carbogens is a mixture of gas containing 95% of oxygen and 5% of carbon dioxide. Through inhalation of these, we are going to take some amount of carbon dioxide inside our body, whether it's required or not, but we require this carbon dioxide to manage the situations. And also it is associated with intravenous injection of calcium chloride. Why calcium chloride? Because most of the anions are lost during the alkalosis mechanisms, so we need to retain these anions. How the anions are lost, we are going to see next in the non-gaseous alkalosis. Non-gaseous alkalosis is nothing but the absolute or relative accumulation of alkaline substance. As it is not related with respiration, so it is categorized under non-gaseous alkalosis. So the non-gaseous alkalosis are also similarly divided into three types. What are these? It can be metabolic, it can be excretory, and it can be exogenous alkalosis. Metabolic alkalosis deals with hypochloremic alkalosis. What do you mean by hypochloremic alkalosis? Hypo means decrease, chlor means chlorine, and mic means inside the blood. So there will be decreasing in the chlorine amount in the blood will lead to the alkalosis condition. And when does this situation arises? This situation arises when the person will have excessive vomiting. Loss of chlorine ions and hypochloremia development due to vomiting is known as hypochloremic alkalosis. And in which condition it occurs? It occurs when there will be pylorostenosis, stomach cancer, toxemia of pregnancy. So in these conditions, our body tries to have more excessive vomiting. Through excessive vomiting, what happens? Our body will lose the excess amount of gastric juices, and gastric juices constitutes high amount of hydrochloric acid. So as the body loses extra amount of acidic content through vomiting, so it will be considered as that the bicarbonate ions are preserved inside the body, and that will lead to rise of metabolic alkalosis. So if I am going to say vomiting, so you should have first thing in your mind, it will lead to metabolic alkalosis. So what are the conditions? It can be pylorostenosis, stomach cancer, and in case of toxemia of pregnancy. Next comes the excretory alkalosis. Excretory alkalosis means, as I have said already, it will be related with the process of excretion. And what type of alkalosis it is known as? It is known as hypokalemic alkalosis. And when does this situation arises? Hypokalemic alkalosis means decreasing in the potassium content in the blood. When the potassium content inside the blood will decrease, and in which situation it occurs? It occurs during the hyperaldosteronism situation. When there will be hyperaldosteronism, there will be increasing in the production of aldosterone, and that will lead to increasing in the retention of sodium ion. When there will be excess amount of retention of sodium ions, so to maintain that, our body excretes more amount of potassium ions. In order to maintain the positive value, our body excretes more amount of potassium ions. That leads to hypokalemic situation. As the sodium retention will takes place inside our body, side by side, there will be also increasing in the bicarbonate reabsorption, as sodium and bicarbonate forms the sodium bicarbonate complex. So this complex is going to be reabsorbed in the situation of hyperaldosteronism, and that will lead to alkalosis condition, because this is an alkaline substance. Its content will increase inside our body. Okay, next comes the exogenous alkalosis. Exogenous means some external products that we are going to take, and that will be causing the alkaline condition, or that will be exaggerating the alkaline condition in our body. So what situation is that? It comes under the situation that is hypernatremia. So what do you mean by hypernatremia? When there will be increasing in the potassium ion content in the blood. And when does this occur? This occurs when we use excessive amount of alkaline mineral water, when we use excessive sodium chloride mixture while injection of antibiotics, and wrong conduction of correction of non-gaseous alkalosis. So in these conditions, we are going to see the exogenous alkalosis. Wrong conduction of correction of non-gaseous acidosis. What do you mean by this? In my previous video, I have said that when there will be a condition arising non-gaseous acidosis, listen this is acidosis condition. To manage that situation, we were giving sodium bicarbonate. So if we will be giving extra amount of sodium bicarbonate, what will happen? The sodium bicarbonate amount inside the body will increase. That will lead to alkaline nature, and as the alkaline nature will increase due to wrong conduction of the correction of non-gaseous acidosis, we are going to see the exogenous alkalosis. So it's simple. You have to remember this metabolic alkalosis and excretory alkalosis and exogenous alkalosis. How we are going to correct this situation? By introduction of ammonium chloride. Why ammonium chloride? Because we have seen that there will be loss of chloride ions, and we need to give ammonium chloride. Like similarly in this situation, we need to give calcium chloride. Okay. So through this video I have explained this alkalosis mechanisms. So what are the different kinds of alkalosis and what are its pathogenesis, or in which pathological diseases this conditions arises. Okay, so if you understand this video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos.